What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Meech, and once again, I'm accompanied by my two co-hosts. To my left,
what's going on, people? It's Drew.
And to my right,
it's your boy Nizzy. What's good?
And we'd like to apologize for the wait. Life happens. I'm sure you guys understand. But we're back with Black Bento episode 7, and we're gonna rank Demon Slayer today.
Kimetsu no Yaiba. That is the
yes, sir.
Japanese name, if you didn't know.
Right.
Of everyone's favorite anime right now.
One of the best animes of summer 2019.
Yeah. Easy money.
Yeah, I mean,
easy money.
That's not even a debate. That's a
easy money. It wasn't a steep competition. Well, who was competing with? Dr. Stone.
Dr. Stone.
Fire Force.
Yeah.
My Hero.
Nah, not My Hero.
My Hero wasn't in competition.
My Hero's in.
That's a fan favorite.
Nah, because My Hero's above it. My Hero's above it. But I mean, it's been out before summer in 2019.
Wow.
So I mean, I'm not calling that a summer.
It's still competition.
Yes. Well, all right, we're gonna let that slide. All right, so y'all know I gotta run my ad. If you didn't know, Black Bento is officially on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher. If you ever heard of that. And
Google Podcast. You said Google Podcast?
You said it.
I believe I said that.
Spotify.
Oh yeah.
Always find us on YouTube.
And we're also on YouTube. Our videos are on YouTube with the delay.
So
obviously.
now you got no excuse to check us out.
So I encourage you guys, click our Linktree link. Check out our podcast on whatever platform fits you. Tell your friends, share, and please leave reviews and comments so we could read them and get some feedback from you guys. How we could improve, whatever you suggest. Also, next big thing, Discord channel. So I'm going to say this again. Discord channel is basically a place where we could talk, text, rank anime, and basically it's an anime group chat in one place for all the Black Bento fans. The link is in the link tree, so you just click it. You probably have to make a Discord account and read the instructions of the server so you can get set up so you can start talking to us, ranking anime, actually voting on what you want to hear on the podcast, and communicating with other fans of the podcast. And we please do that because that's how we want to push the brand from now on, really. It's like our own website in a sense. So check out those two things. Check out the link tree. Follow us on Instagram, XYZ.
All right, cool. Drew, you got anything to add?
No, that's solid.
All right, so
Showtime.
We can hop right in. All right, just a reminder, everybody, we had 7 categories that we were looking for when we rank anime. Plot progression, character design, closure, animation, emotional appeal, uniqueness / creativity, and logical consistency. And just for a refresher, we rank all these out of 10. All 3 of us give our individual scores. They might not all add up, so then we take the average. And then when we calculate the final score, we list it as a diamond, a gold, a platinum, a silver, or a bronze bento. And we recommend it to you. And like I said, go on Discord. You could agree with us. You could disagree with us.
We have all the rankings post on Discord. So like you
Absolutely.
can go on there and see previous rankings. And then we also have another section so you guys could rank it yourselves. And, we could talk about it.
Well, I think that's really powerful. I think you guys should go up there and rank it yourself. Like, don't just take our word for it. Use whatever ranking you guys have in mind for whatever show or manga we decide to put up on the chopping block and discuss it amongst yourselves. We want to hear your opinion just as much as you want to hear ours. So.
Right.
Facts.
All right, so let's get into it.
Demon Slayer.
Demon Slayer.
That's no Yaiba.
Quick highlights. Bento take real quick. You know what I'm saying? Overall, one punch real quick.
All right, so on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give Demon Slayer, I'm saying we're going to put it in between 8.5 range.
I think it's going to score pretty high. I agree with you. I think it's going to score pretty high.
As like a finished product?
As of right now.
End of season 1.
End of season?
Yeah.
I'll give it an 8.
All right, cool. So let's go through these categories. Plot progressions up first.
So, all right. So, plot progression, I think it's good.
I actually think it's pretty fast.
You think it's fast?
Yeah, compared to what I'm used to, being an old ass anime head. all the previous anime, that I've enjoyed have normally done their arcs very like spacious and they take their time. So like in Demon Slayer, the selection where he goes through the exam to become a Demon Slayer was just one episode.
Right.
That kind of threw me off. I'm not gonna lie. I was looking forward to see him go through this exam.
Going through the trenches, right?
Like, and it being an actual arc. Mm-hmm. So, like, it was challenging for him, but he succeeded, obviously, which we expected him to do. But I just thought it was too short for something so significant. 1. 2, they didn't add any time to the other people who were also in selection. They just showed up at the end like, hey, we made it through. That's a little silly. And I think it was a wasted opportunity because they had that big demon in there that ate all the other trainees, his predecessors, and he just wiped them out in one episode. That could have been like at least 2 or 3. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, I get it from the older anime standpoint, but my thing is, I think they did it efficiently. What I will give you the points for though is they wasted an opportunity to showcase the other characters.
Yeah, like Zenitsu was in there. He slept through the whole shit. That would have been cool to see.
Yeah, him actually fighting. You know what I mean? Not just Tanjiro.
Genya, my boy Genya, the dude with the mohawk. I probably don't remember his name, but he was in there and he made it out. You know what I'm saying? Nobody
made it out and became. Spoiler alert. Made it out and became a pillar.
Huh?
Wasn't that him? Mohawk guy?
Nah, no, not a pillar, bro.
No, what?
Oh, shit.
Oh, no.
That's not a spoiler, y'all. He's not
he's not.
My fault, y'all. I'm lost in the sauce. So that's not the guy who came out with the
No. Genya is the dude in the purple.
Yeah, isn't he a pillar?
No. Not even close.
What manga you reading?
I don't read the manga. I watch.
Yeah.
I thought that was what they explained in the last episode.
Genya is just the same rank as Tanjiro, Zenitsu, in Inosuke.
Oh, so homeboy just got Brawlic.
Yeah, he just got taller and stronger. But he's not a pillar.
All right.
So obviously we're ranking the whole season. So if you're not caught up in the season, it's gonna be spoilers. We didn't think we had to say it, but
logically,
I'm just gonna say it here before we get into it anymore. Obviously, finish the season before you listen. Right. We won't mention anything from the manga, so you're good on that.
Right.
But so yeah, I feel like that arc could have been longer. And I really enjoyed the arc of him training. Mm-hmm. That was dope. I love the fight scene with the boulder and him fighting the ghost. That was fire as fuck.
Yep.
But okay, fast forward, everything else just goes at a moderate pace. I guess it kind of slows down after that, I feel like. After they get to the drum demon in the house, it slows down. Okay. And they start taking their time with it. Because that drum demon was low-key a cool arc. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, it was.
They introduced the boarhead.
Inosuke.
And the drum demon was putting in work. I ain't gonna lie. Tanjiro had to really use his brain to win.
And that's the first time you see Zenitsu
actually do something. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, okay.
And that was also like when Tanjiro got tight, that homeboy was beating up on Zenitsu for trying to like protect his sister. And he really showed some like, yo, you're not just gonna come in here.
So apparently they could throw hands because Tanjiro throws hands big time in that. That was a really dope scene.
Yeah. Most definitely.
That was probably my most.
That's a top 5.
That was my most enjoyable part about
That's a top 5 of the season. I ain't gonna lie.
When homeboy ran down on him,
they really threw hands for real.
he pulled up on him serious.
Like, that was like Naruto level hand to hand. Right now. Disagree? What?
That's
Naruto level? Nah, a couple notches below.
Yeah. That's like Sakura Ino level.
Come on.
Sakura Ino Chunin exam level.
Come on, don't do that. Don't do that.
I mean, I'm just
the animation.
So what y'all think of plot? What else y'all think of plot?
Well, I think the plot progression is going pretty well, and like how you're saying, they didn't focus on the other. What you want to say? New up and coming demon slayers, the final selection, up and comers, whatever we're gonna call them. I didn't think that was such a bad thing or such a detrimental thing. One, because it keeps the element of surprise. So when we actually see them in battle, we're like, oh shit, they could do this. If we saw their abilities during the final selection or whatever you want to call it, then the element of surprise was just like, all right, dog, like what do you have next?
I see what you're saying.
I get that, but it also leaves room for them to like improve from the selection. You know what I mean? It's like, oh shoot, these dudes are kind of cool now, And then later, when they get boosts or upgrades, it's like, dang, you knew at that point. They're like, yo, they're going to get serious.
I just thought they could have been introduced. Or at least one of them. They didn't have to be the whole team. But I'm just saying, you got through the whole force without seeing none of them. Like,
I mean,
it's almost like getting like a little sample before, you know what I mean?
I mean, I can see that, but I mean, I feel like you get their samples in their battle. I think that Demon Slayer actually does that very well. Like, when they go face the spider people, essentially, they're all useless. And that's like them showing the characters being useless. You can see the gap in power between them, the demons, the Hashiras. Mm-hmm. So when the storyline goes on, you can see that they're actually trying to progress. They have a goal that they're trying to reach now.
So since you actually did that, let's dive on. Let's tap on each arc individually. Cool. So there's the selection arc. We covered that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
After that is the drum demon arc.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Covered that. After that they go rest, and then they go to the forest of the spiders.
Right.
Which I think of the spider arc. Because this is the first arc.
No, not the spiders.
What's that?
Tamio.
Muzan.
Yeah,
Muzan.
Yeah,
My nigga Mike Jack.
Yeah, Michael Jackson.
Smooth criminal. All right, so let's talk about the arc where he goes to the district. He meets Tomoya, the doctor demon, and he meets the main villain, Muzan. Kimijutsu. I can't say his name. But what do y'all think of that? I think his introduction, Muzan's introduction, is one of my favorite villain introductions in a long time.
It was dope. It was smooth.
Fire.
It was slick.
He had the
no
baby.
time
He had
wasted on it.
He's pretending to have a human family, man.
And then he's poked the dude in the neck, turned him into a demon right there.
And Tanjiro actually had to make a pretty big choice at that moment in time.
It was cool. Third thing that was cool. It was dope to see Tanjiro lose his cool.
Right.
Tanjiro's been level-headed the whole anime up to this point.
And that shows his progression.
As soon as he sniffed him, boy, Tanjiro instincts turned on. He was like, nah, smoke.
Mm-hmm. He would have got killed.
He would have died.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah.
I respect Tanjiro's bravery though. He don't.
Nah, he wasn't thinking though.
No,
I wouldn't call that bravery.
I mean,
that's not bravery. That's just anger. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He didn't know what he was running into. He could have died. You know what I'm saying? So he lucked out that Muzan was with his kids.
Right. Right.
It's like when fans run up on rappers with their family.
Yeah. Man, if you weren't here, I'll knock your teeth out your mouth, man. But other
and then they fought the ball girl, the soccer girl, and the arrow dude, which I think of that scene, that arc. I didn't really like that.
It was underwhelming for me.
You know what? The ball, I didn't really mind because Nezuko played a big part in that, and I love Nezuko, so I'm going to be a little bit biased towards that. The arrow dude, I don't know. I feel like that's like Tanjiro kind of copped his a little bit of plot interest in there.
How did he defeat him again? He just
remember he kept spinning, gaining momentum. Because he kept using the water wheel. Because they kept shooting him in different directions.
Yeah, that shit was bullshit.
Yeah, I was like.
And then the dude, the little henchman demon, gave him the ability to see the arrows.
Yeah,
I think they just wanted to make it as flashy as possible. They wanted to use that 3D technology, make it look pretty. Because that's really what they did. But I guess the highlight of that arc was Muzan and seeing his interaction in the city. Yeah. But after that, it kind of waters down. So that arc is probably one of the weaker arcs. Mm-hmm. After that, he goes to the village to rest. Mm-hmm. And then they get sent to the Forest of the Spiders.
Right.
Forest of the Spiders now. How y'all feel? This is the first arc where it was actually like a traditional arc. Mm-hmm. Several episodes, multiple enemies, multiple characters.
Yeah, this is why I say, because one, it shows you how thin the Demon Slayer core is when it comes to talent and fighters, because there were plenty of Demon Slayers in that forest, and they were all getting clapped. Every last one of them. And then Tanjiro, Zenitsu, and Inosuke, all of them almost died. Yeah, Inosuke almost got his whole face squeezed, his whole head crushed to death. Mm-hmm. And
that arc really put in perspective the power difference.
Right. And even when they were fighting the big Brolic spider, and they were like, yo, this is one of the moons or whatever, and then they're like, what? That's not a moon. Mm-hmm. So they're just like, oh shit, we thought we were fighting a moon the whole time, and we can't really holler at them. Mm-hmm. So I mean, like, it really showed the power. It really showed the power difference between them. So for plot,
I guess my favorite part of the arc is the whole family design of the spiders. Mm-hmm. That was dope. It was kind of reminding me like the Addams family. Like, I guess, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's probably what they were referencing. Like, there's a mom, the dad, and then the son was like this most powerful one. Mm-hmm. It
was a nice little plot twist.
Yeah,
that they made the son the strongest, then because it had you guessing. You were like, "Yo, which one is?"
And the mom's design was weird. Like, she was afraid of the dad, but the dad wasn't even the strongest one.
It was the little kid. It left the element of surprise. Almost reminded me of Brotherhood when they had Bradley's son really running the show, kind of.
Mm-hmm. and it also introduces you to the demon hierarchy. So like Muzan, of course, and then the only other people besides Muzan that could turn the humans into demons are the moons.
Yeah.
Yep. So everybody in his quote unquote spider family
was fake.
It's fake. Yeah, exactly.
He just made his own family. Mm-hmm. After you see his backstory. So that's another point we're going to talk about later, the demon backstories. But I rank that arc is probably my second favorite.
Yeah,
I enjoyed that one a lot. Any other critiques on it?
On the arc itself, no, not necessarily on plot progression. I feel like Demon Slayer.
That is the last arc.
Yeah, that's the last arc.
Yeah, that's the last arc. Yeah. So yeah, they did a great job. They finished the season strong.
Yeah,
it was a nice little series of battles.
Yeah,
I wish, the Brawlic demon. Okay, he kind of served his purpose. I just feel like he was just big for like no reason.
Yeah, he's just strong.
That's what the point that I was trying to bring up. They kind of had you guessing which one was like the strongest.
Oh yeah,
which made it kind of a lot more interesting. A little bit of a lure. It kind of had you guessing like which one is the strongest character. And then you saw like the levels in between them.
Rui's the name of the little small one.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Rui for a second. Rui, his ability was dope, making the webs that could cut.
Yeah.
His design was fire. I loved it. His fight with Tanjiro and Nezuko. This fight got probably the most hype on Twitter because of how flashy it was. What do y'all think of this? The fight where he uses the sun dance.
Should we save that for animation?
I mean. We can kind of... We can come back to that fight scene. You're right. We come back to that fight scene.
Yo, but...
Strictly plot.
For plot, I think Demon Slayer uses time skips very well.
Okay. Talk about it.
And also, like, episode 2, was it, when he was training?
Yeah.
You don't have to...
long hair Tanjiro.
Yeah.
Long hair Tanjiro's fire.
But when you think about it, you don't really have to show your character training. I mean, it's nice to see. Like, we would like to see it, but it's implied. So I feel like that was very efficient use of a time skip at that point in time.
But see, the counter that, it's only acceptable if they're not coming back with they're not coming back with special beam cannon and doing all these outrageous things.
Yeah, and they didn't. He did it,
which was why it was fine. But you could argue that him being able to do the sun breath, the breath of the sun, sun gods. Or the fire guy.
That was instinctual, wasn't it?
That was instinctual. He couldn't do it again. He couldn't do it again for the truth.
They stretched the truth. But just for instance, say he came back from training able to do that would have been like, how you skip that? And then even the water forms. He learned 10 water forms.
Yeah.
And then they just reveal it over time. That, I don't know.
I don't have a problem with that. That comes with breathing.
I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with that. Comes with breathing. That fire form, I would agree with.
They don't have to show him do
everything.
They don't have to show him do the water forms. The only thing I could think of why it would be pretty cool to show is it just gives you more reinforcement of like, yo, these dudes really put in pain for training.
Nah, but
like, you know what I mean? Like when you saw Naruto in the waterfall with the concentration and him putting in work to get that
it worked
and it gave you like some, yo, when he comes back he better be serious because you saw him put in the work.
And to add on to that, the breathing concept, they don't explain that at all, dude. Like at all.
I guess if you take 2 breaths versus 3 breaths, you do fire versus water. You know what I mean?
And if you don't brush your teeth, you get hot breath.
That's what's that.
So like, yo, it's a
little weird. It's a little weird.
No, they could have put some time into explaining the breaths. That would have, even if they don't want to go into deep detail, they could have just said.
Here's my question: when would have been like the best time to explain it?
When he was training, right there,
right?
To cut the boulder. Yeah, they kind of touch on it.
And then like let go of the topic completely.
The ghost was like, you gotta like use your breath, time your breath, right? That's how he cut the boulder. Mm-hmm. But they don't go back into it at all. And then fast forward, he's in selection doing the water attack. This nigga's squirrel now. So like
iron lungs and shit.
I was like, yeah, come on, bro. So that's a critique right there.
Yeah. We could save more of that for logical consistency.
Yeah. Like, you're right.
For like the plot progression, I think Demon Slayer does a really good job at efficiently moving.
Yeah,
I'll give them.
And I love what you said. I love what you said about the time skips. I love their time skips.
Yeah,
and I love
their time skips are perfect.
And I love that they clearly state how much time is that? Like Hunter x Hunter, reference to this anime is Hunter x Hunter. They do not clearly state how much time passes. So Gong is not the same age at the end of the anime, obviously, but they don't tell you how much
old
time.
he is.
It's implied or something.
People have to use like context.
They have to break out a calculator,
which is okay. But like, damn, give me a little, give me a number, nigga.
You gotta predict.
I mean, even Naruto give you a time scale. They be like 2 years. They said 2 years.
A definitive time.
Shooting exams was like 2 months or 3 months or something like
on
that.
The internet out here measuring his height in the first episode.
All right, so he was 165 centimeters.
Like, come on. But Demon Slayer, they clearly state 6 months, a year.
As you should.
Which is fire. So plot progression in Demon Slayer is pretty good.
Right.
After the spider arc, they go rest, and then he go meets the 12 pillars or the 9 pillars.
Mm-hmm. It's constantly moving. I have no complaint with that.
And which I think of the finishing arc, him meeting the pillars.
I think they ended it perfectly.
Yeah, it got you hype. It got people hype.
Has the what's the favorite word they like to use? Mystique. It gives you the mystique of the pillars because you know they're strong.
Y'all keep sleeping on Mystique.
It made me binge the whole manga.
Yeah.
After I seen the pillars, I was like, nah, I'm reading this shit.
That Mystique hooked your ass, didn't it?
No.
The lure.
For me, it was the character design. The designs are phenomenal.
That's next category.
So let's give it a score for plot progression then.
I'm giving it 8.5. I want to say 9. 8.5, 9, 8.5, 9. You know what? Give me an 8.8.
8.8, bro?
Yeah, just give it.
We don't even have. No.
Give it 8.5. 8.5.
Can you? All right, so.
All right, 9. Give it a 9. Give it a 9.
Thank you.
What? All right, so what's stopping it from being a 10 for you?
I personally I have a preference of seeing some type of trading.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what it is. I mean, I'm not mad at the time skip. How do I say it? I'm not mad at them using time skips, but I personally like seeing trading. Mm-hmm. I'm along with Andrew. Like when I saw Naruto train, it added
to the story.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. I love seeing Naruto train. Him learning how to use Rasengan was worth it.
Rasengan, trying to develop the Rasen Shuriken.
Him learning how to walk on water was dope.
Yeah. With him and Sasuke running up trees and shit like that.
Sasuke training was dope. Sasuke came back with the all black, the all blizzard.
Sasuke had to do a day of Chidori's just to get.
On God, it gives a certain
damn, this nigga
feel for
Sasuke
they
back.
Put in work. You know what I mean?
This nigga Sasuke came back with the leave effect.
He came out with the bandages around his arm.
Permanent leaves around him. This shit is always blowing.
Came back with an old emote.
Run me down for a 9 for plot progression.
Copy.
Me, my score is gonna be I'm gonna have to give it a 8.
8?
Yeah.
All right. So
and the reason it's a 8
takes off 2 points
is it really ends really well. They do a great job of making the 26 episodes worth it, but there's instances where I feel like we're wasteful. So the arc where the little section him going to fight those demons that were in the wall, those little ghost demons. That whole scene wasn't even necessary because it didn't add. And then what fucks it up is that it gets to the end and we don't get enough of the pillars. So it's like you had these characters here and you wasted time on this. You feel me? Obviously they can't do much with the pillars yet, but they could have got more screen time. They got 2 episodes or whatever.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? I feel like
Vendry, the whole manga.
Yeah, obviously, but.
Mystique.
The training I agree with. I don't like how the breathing gets brushed over.
Yeah.
And he knows how to use 10 forms now. That's kind of whack. And my complaint in the beginning of the anime is that they weren't explaining things. Like him being able to smell emotion. Zenitsu being able to hear for miles.
And then Homeboy being able to feel
surrounding. Boarhead being able to use beast breathing to sense enemies miles away was like, all right, come on. You know what I mean?
None of those abilities.
That makes sense. No, that one made sense.
Beast breathing.
The beast breathing that makes sense.
Explain.
Because his is a technique. His is a technique.
Yeah.
Tanjiro naturally can smell stuff.
All right.
Zenitsu naturally can hear things. So we're just this dude has to pull out a whole new breathing for him, and he has to actually stick his swords into the ground.
Yeah, they give some more logic to that.
Okay.
But I wasn't feeling that. So
it just happened to pull out that ability inconvenience.
So right in the nick of time.
Know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not a perfect progression, but it's really good.
I guess that's a perfect time for him to use that ability at the same time. He never really had a need or use for it until then. Maybe he could have used it in the house. I don't know. I don't know if it would work the same way, but I kind of get what you're saying. But at the same time, they had him pull it out when he needed to use it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it would have just been pointless to pull it out.
So I give it an 8 on plot progression.
Cool, have you down for 8. I think I'm gonna go with the 8 too. I like I said, they do it efficiently. They do a good job. My thing is they don't use like the training and things like that, like the little nuances to build up more of the character. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's why I genuinely like, and I think it holds attention, it holds value to it. When you use training and things like that to build up some of the nuance of the characters, it kind of gives more meat, more like depth to the character. Because you know he put in work. They gave you enough to like know he put in work, but like to give it more screen time and more like weight to it definitely helps.
For sure. So 8, and a 9.
Yep.
On plot progression.
Yep. So, all right, next is character design.
This is a quick one.
Yeah, it's real quick. I think every character's design is pretty dope. Zenitsu's is dope, even though it's pretty simple. Nezuko's is pretty simple. Tanjiro's is pretty simple, but it's unique at the same time with his scar. And then Boarhead, in those cases, dope. And all the Hashiras, I have no complaints about any of their designs.
Every character looks like the artist took time in crafting, and I love it. Muzan is dope as fuck. Him looking like Michael Jackson was cool.
You think they did it on purpose?
I mean, maybe. He has the hat and everything, so it is possible as a reference. In the end, when he's a girl, that was fire. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think that's one of the dopest parts about it. The fact that it's kind of like a Orochimaru thing.
That's
the
exactly
fact
what
that
he's
like switches bodies. I think that's so cool.
Even we talking about design, we could mention the environment. The environments were dope. I love the whole spider forest. That was cool. The demon hunters out in the nest in the trees. You know what I'm saying?
But like speaking strictly just to the characters themselves, I love the individuality of it. Like I like the way that Zenitsu's design, especially revolving around his whole electric theme. Like the way Tanjiro's design is, as simple as it is, it's kind of unique to him. You know what I mean? His little scar that he has to remind him of like
humble.
His family.
It's like a humble design.
Exactly. Who else? Nezuko has a pretty cool design. Very, very kind of like it's simple, but it's almost like it's kind of
it's very simple.
Yeah. But it has like even the fact that she like bites on the muzzle thing to like keep her quiet or keep her from eating people. It's like little symbol nuances, you know what I mean? Like how he has a scar to remind him of his family incident. Nezuko has that thing to like kind of signify like she's not eating people out here. You know what I mean? She's just staying as human as possible till her brother holds her down and gets her to become human again. So, or if he even gets her to become human again. That's really excited.
So, design, I'm going with I'll go with a 10.
Easy for me.
Yeah, I'm going with a 10 too.
I have no complaints. Y'all know me already when it comes to designs. I have no complaints here. I really enjoy it. The designs of the pillars is what made me like binge the manga. Like literally just how they look. I was so interested to see how they fight. I was like, I cannot wait for this. So I had to read it. So that's the power of a good design in manga.
Oh, even the head dude on the Demon Slayer, the head.
Yeah, how do you really really guessing?
Like,
his design is
the half purple face,
half burnt face.
Had me really guessing, especially after watching like the whole spider arc where they started transforming and how they looked after they transformed. I was like, yo, is this dude really on the double agent shit or what's going on? But
so next is Closure.
Yeah, Closure. This is more interesting.
So how do you guys feel after the show being done? Are you satisfied with the content you've seen? Is there any loopholes?
No, I think I'm pretty satisfied with it so far. Maybe it's because I know it's only season 1.
For sure.
Maybe it's because of that, but for the most part,
I think they do a good job with closure.
Yeah, you don't really need to. I mean, what else would you want to know by the end of season 1?
Only the little logistical things that they didn't pull up.
So, like, so this category. Okay, yeah, you're right. The little details.
But
there.
how it ended itself was fire to me.
Yeah.
I love the way they ended the
So
show.
like you can't really be upset with the closure. I mean, of course you're gonna have questions. You know how all these the demons point out like, oh, those earrings. So you're like, oh shit, what are those earrings about? You know what I mean? What does that symbolize? But you know that it's gonna come. So you know,
comes back to the mystique.
The mystique could probably carry it over. It could actually probably like
yes, sir.
settle you on closure a little bit.
So how we want to give this a score for closure? Because it's the first season. We just want to give it a 10?
I think it did its
job.
job.
I'm gonna give it a 7. Keep it on average.
What takes 3 away from it?
Nah, because its score would be broken if we just gave it a 10.
Yeah, if we gave it a 10, they don't get a 10. I'm trying to give it an average score because I mean,
it's an average. You think it's just the average way that you should. It's a standard.
Yeah,
that's the way you should end up.
Yeah, so
yeah. There's nothing special. I agree with you. There's nothing special. It's just a good ending.
Yeah, so I'll just give it a 7 for closure. Cause I mean, can't give it a 0. Can't give it a 10.
I'll give it a 6. I guess the reason I'm taking up the extra point is, like you said, they don't explain a couple things that I feel like is essential. I feel like the breathing,
it's like chakra,
is literally essential.
You have to explain it,
and to not even scrape it, you feel me?
Yeah.
Like I understand they want to save it for later. Cool, but you gotta at least like, yo, da 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 da. This is how this works.
You have to explain at least the basics.
You can't
just say breathe. You can't just say, yeah, this is the secret.
This is out here bringing in H2O, like
that doesn't do anything.
So I'm taking up a point for that, and then that's it really. So cool. 6.
Drew, what you giving it?
I'm giving it the 7. That's a solid average around for me. It's like what I expect for it to end for a first season.
Word.
The points are what gets it to that average is the breathing.
Now
it's like that. If it was above that, then I'd probably rank it up a little bit higher.
Word. Next category is animation.
I think the animation to some people carries the anime.
Not even that. I think it's a fact that it carries a lot of the anime.
Yeah, I think it really does. Especially the episode.
The anime is very pretty.
Yeah, especially the episode that everybody was like, "Oh my god, this is like the greatest fucking anime episode ever." When Nezuko finds out her blood demon art.
Yeah. And
Tanjiro finds out that he could swing fire.
Breathe.
He's a firebender.
He could breathe in a different pattern.
Yeah. And stuff. The animation in there was dope. But it doesn't fall into the same track as these other 2019 summer animes like Fire Force. Like Fire Force, like the dialogue, just a quick sidebar. Dialogue's kind of trash to me. Storyline seems rushed. But when you see the animation and the fight scenes, you're like, oh shit, this is dope. You know what I mean? Demon Slayer has a good balance of everything.
Mm-hmm. See, I think my favorite thing about Demon Slayer's animation is that it keeps the quality high all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not like moments of like peak quality. It's like good all the time. Right. And then that fight that people talked about, the fighting against the spider dude, was just like them going over the top. Mm-hmm. And it was worth it because it was the end of the season. It was a big battle. They wanted to do something cool. I fuck with it. The 3D use, kind of on and off. I enjoyed it. It wasn't painful, but like some points in the anime felt like they were just doing too much.
Yeah, I think they were doing too much.
Like they were just like, oh shit, people like this anime because it's pretty. Let's spin the camera right here and let's go first person right here.
When they made that spider 3D, oh my god, I was like, what? They would do that turns Zenitsu into a spider.
Yeah.
When they made him 3D, I was like, what is going on here?
And then when Zenitsu was attacking, all the electricity and all that extra shit, it was like, all right.
It looked cool.
It's flashy, real flashy.
Technically, there's not really lightning there.
Shit.
Not really lightning there. That's legit just for animation.
That's news to me.
Yeah, and I thought there was really lightning, really water, and really fire, and all this shit the whole time until I saw.
What do y'all think of that? This is the first anime I've ever seen with like special effects. Like it's literally special effects.
I think it's dope. I have no complaints.
I prefer if it would have just been real.
Whoa,
real.
So that's the point. Then how do you tell the difference between water breathing, fire breathing, insect breathing?
No. I mean, like if it was real water there.
Oh! I thought you were talking about just like real combat.
I would have rather like if the breathing techniques or whatever the explanation was
then
allowed you to
if you do
use
that,
the elements.
If you do that, then you can't you have to explain some type of aura.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I think I would have been happier with that.
I would have been happy with that kind of to an extent because it would have helped them give them a better logical ground for like fighting demonic art demons. You know what I mean? Like demons with powers. But I kind of think it's okay the way they have it now because it's kind of consistent.
I think it's better.
You know what I mean?
I think it's better than that.
They have it consistent because it's kind of more grounded to what they already started with.
I mean, yeah, they keep it logical within their realm, but I personally would have preferred if it was just actually there. But hey, this is the first time I've seen an anime do this, so I'm cool with it. I think the animation is a 8.
Animation?
8? Yeah.
I'll give it a 9 again.
9?
Only because I'm not a fan of the 3D shit. So it would have been a 10, but I'm not a fan of the 3D shit.
I personally love the 3D. I love the way anime is starting to get into incorporating 3D. Before, I just thought it was kind of out of place and out of touch with the rest of the animation in anime. But how they've grown to make the 3D more seamless in the show, I think it fits perfectly how they have it arranged. So,
what do you score it?
I think I'd give it a 9 myself too, to be honest.
So we got 2 9s.
Yeah.
We got 2 9s and an 8.
2 9s and 8?
Yeah.
That's normal. That's animation. Next is emotional appeal.
Wow. Some people, I've heard someone say they were crying at that last episode when he was like, me and Nezuko won't be apart again. I was like, get the fuck out of here.
Nah, not really, but like, yo, you have to. Your emotions definitely fly in this.
For sure.
This anime, like perfect example. When
only with Tanjiro and Nezuko.
So. True. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean,
strictly them two.
Yeah,
everyone
I
else,
agree
they don't do that. For
like, how did you feel when Hashira was stabbing Nezuko through the box?
I was angry.
I was getting tight.
See what I'm talking about?
But they did a great job of making you like mad. Mm-hmm. Like they
were really pissed. Like the pillars were really pissing me off at that point.
No, but you gotta understand.
I get where they were coming from. But knowing I already got attached to Tanjiro.
Yeah. That's the whole point.
So I was getting tight.
I'm pretty sure everyone watching was mad.
Yeah,
but
that was the point.
That's
what makes it good.
But I think it was cool how they did that, and how invested you were in the Tanjiro and Nezuko.
Yeah. You didn't even know it.
Yeah, that's how it really got me. I was really getting tired.
Now, what really made me know I was invested is when Tanjiro got mad against Muzan in the city, and he ran down on him.
Yeah,
that's when I was like, I'm attached to this dude. I was like, yeah, go get him. I was like, go get him,
knowing damn well he would have got cooked.
Yeah.
As soon as he laid a finger on.
So emotional appeal, they do a great job. This is actually really good. This is probably the first 10 from me.
Yeah, emotional appeal for us, and then the emotions that flow between the characters in the show. Mm-hmm. Like you said.
All right, so this is what makes it a 9, because it's like they try to get this effect on these trash villains, these little lower moon demons. Well, there's only 2 lower moon demons. If you don't know, there's upper and lower moons. Mm-hmm. They're basically the demons' top generals. And in the show, the Spider Kid and the Drum Demon and the Ball Bitch, the little soccer ball girl. Those are the 3 lower moons in this season.
Yeah.
And they try to give you backstory on these characters to try and build up some emotional appeal. But to me, it's like after they're dead, it serves no purpose, 1. And then 2, it's completely a personal story. You know what I'm saying? It'd be different if, like, the backstory of the spider dude, he was, like, friends with, like, Tanjiro's little brother. You feel me? Like, if there was some way that the storyline reconnected into the main story. You get what I'm saying?
I hear what you're saying, but what I would diverge from you is when I think the backstories aren't as bad.
Because they're too personal.
It shows you that people aren't just signing up to be demons. People become demons at their most desperate, vulnerable moments.
And some people just become demons by accident, like Nezuko. Didn't have no
by accident. But I mean, how desperate, how vulnerable are you if your whole family just got slaughtered and you just happen to be a survivor?
No, she was the only one who turned into a demon.
Yeah, true.
But there's no sob story. Like they give these 3 characters.
I mean, her whole family's dead, bro.
No, but that's the thing. She wasn't sad until that moment. She had a normal life until that moment.
Yeah.
Rui, the spider dude, was literally sick his whole life. And, like, he turned into a demon for a better opportunity.
Right, and then he went to other people.
And then the drum demon, they wasn't fuck with his music, so he was depressed.
Yeah, he was depressed and vulnerable. That's what I'm saying.
No, my point is, they tried to build this emotional connection to these dead characters and give us this sob story that didn't fucking matter.
Well, I hear that, but I'm saying basically no one's signing up to be a demon.
Oh, yeah,
like volunteering. Nobody's going up to Muzan and be like, yo, make me into a demon.
Yeah, I mean...
There's always a reason for them wanting to turn into one.
Rui said he wanted to be a demon. He chose to be a demon.
Because of what? What's his backstory?
He was sick. Remember, he was
sick. See, that's what I'm saying. Like he was sick and he was vulnerable. He was about to die. Yes, and he was like, yo, do you want to live forever? He was like, yes, I want to live forever. And they turned him to a demon.
Anyway, my point is, it's useless after their death if it doesn't connect back to the main story. So I'll take away for that. Like, they tried to force this emotional connection in places we didn't need it. You know what I mean? Like, I'd rather you had gave me the emotional connection for, like, Zenitsu, Inosuke, those dudes, than dead demons. Mm-hmm. So that's my piece on that. So that knocks it from what I had,
a 10 to a 9.5. You said
a 9.
Drew, what you have for emotional appeal?
Yeah, I was really only attached to Nezuko and Tenjiro for the whole show. And I didn't really notice it fully until homeboy Tenjiro had to slap some niggas around during the meeting with the pillars. The pillars? Yeah. So before that, there was no real solid emotional appeal. Oh, another one was when he threw hands with Boarhead.
Oh, yeah.
When he threw hands with Boarhead after he got inside the house.
Oh, yeah.
I was hoping Tenjiro fucked him up. When Boarhead was running down on the Zenitsu in the little box, I was like, Tenjiro, please put the hands to this man. And my boy Tenjiro came out and said, bro, I'll fuck you up. That's when I got hyped.
Chop these swords, man.
Oh, God, he said, put the hands up, boy.
He said, square up.
Learn him a lesson.
Run me my one.
So they did. I think they really did a real good job in getting like that. Pulling the emotion out of you when you didn't really expect it. Know what I mean? Like they kind of coasted. It's
nice storytelling.
Yeah,
it's really nice storytelling.
So I think I'm gonna go with you and give it. Actually, no, fuck that. I'm gonna give it a 10 for me.
Word.
I think they did a good job at doing exactly what they wanted to do.
So next, right now, uniqueness and creativity. Yeah, I think Demon Slayer is pretty creative. Not gonna lie.
It pulls a lot from Inuyasha.
It does pull a lot from Inuyasha, but
I Bleach.
It pulls a lot from Inuyasha.
The whole Aranka demon situation is the same thing, bro. Not the same thing. Sorry, that's inaccurate, but it's parallel.
What does the thread smell like, bro?
Yo, save that for logical consistency.
But yeah, they take a lot from Inuyasha.
They do take a lot.
This is your words exactly.
Yeah, they take a lot from Inuyasha. It's cool. Inuyasha inspired, but I feel like the breathing forms completely new.
Completely new.
Yeah.
There's no spiritual pressure. There's no chakra. There's no nen. There's no magic.
The thing with the breathing technique, the reason I critique it is that they limit it in the sense of it being realistic. There is no magic.
That's the whole flaw with me.
Like how's that flaw?
Because they ground it to reality, but kind of...
They ground it into reality to a point where they have to stretch reality.
Yes.
Because they have no explanation for why the fuck this dude can breathe and cut a boulder. Yes. So they have to. It makes perfect sense. If they had magic,
if they had magic, then cutting boulders should be
they
okay.
legit.
Like,
but
he was like,
let me ask you a question. It's not grounded in that
much reality.
It's not grounded in that much reality.
They set it to a certain reality for them.
Let me say it this way, Andrew. If I was to tell you to hold your breath, and I handed you a machete, bro, can you slice a boulder?
Hell no.
No, you can't. And all stuff. Do you think breathing could increase your physical abilities?
No, so that's them stretching the truth.
No, that's not. This is them giving breathing an enhanced ability.
No, but
that's them.
Even if I breathe right,
them stretching the
I
truth.
still can't cut a boulder at the end of the day.
My point exactly. They're not grounding in reality. They're just making it more normal. They're not giving you any chakra or any magic or spiritual pressure. They're just saying like, yo, humans have these capabilities. They can pretty much do anything they want. Actually, not even say anything they want. They can pretty much have enhanced physical abilities.
Like breathing a certain way.
Like by breathing a certain way, whatever. But they'll still get clapped regardless. Because they can never holler. They can still get clapped regardless. No,
you're agreeing with us.
I'm not agreeing with y'all.
You literally listen. No matter what you do, you're not going to cut that.
Bro,
in reality, that
I understand they're trying to make it more realistic, but it's not realistic. This is what I'm saying.
That's what we said.
No, you're saying no. You guys saying
it's just the truth.
You're saying that it's realistic to a fault. You're knocking them for it. I'm not knocking them for it. I'm saying that's good. That's good what they're doing. Okay, it's still different nonetheless.
Okay, but we're knocking it for that.
That's crazy. I don't know how you knock them for that.
Because they're trying to be realistic to a point where you have to fake it.
Bro, if that's the case, then no anime that we ever critique should get a 10 for that in that category. No one. Every anime we critique should have that same exact critique. Whether from Naruto and all of them, because realistically, every anime has some fluctuation between realism and fantasy.
Yo, we're not knocking it for stretching the truth.
No, but I'm saying, whatever anime we do, when we went back to Avatar, we gotta knock them some points down from that.
For what?
Because now Avatar does the same exact shit.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
Avatar's not trying to be realistic. There's a spirit world. People could bend elements.
What? Avatar's not trying to be. Yes, it is. There's no explanation. There's no explanation to how niggas can firebend. They can just firebend.
Exactly, it's magic.
Exactly. There's no explanation for how niggas breathe. They just breathe. That's the same thing.
Dimitri, that's what we're saying.
But dude, it's not O'Neal. Because you're trying to knock. I'm saying you can't knock him. I'm saying you can't knock Demon Slayer for that. And I'm saying if you can knock Demon Slayer for that, you have to knock every anime in existence for it.
That's not true.
No, bro, you missed what we're saying. This is what we're saying. Maybe you heard us wrong. Demon Slayer uses breathing to justify the strength of their characters.
Correct.
There's no magical connotation to breathing. So him breathing a certain way should not allow him to break boulders. But to make the show make sense, they have to give breathing this special property that if it's done properly, he can
compete with demons.
Basically.
So how are you knocking for that? That's what I'm asking. How are you knocking them?
Because they're trying to be realistic with using breathing and not magic.
Which is okay.
Which is fine. But then it gets to a point where they have to get strong enough.
It's like, oh, well, all right.
Yo, breathing. That point that point would only matter if you're trying to say that they're trying to be 100% realistic. They're not trying to be 100% realistic. They're in a world of demons.
Okay.
So you can't knock them for that. That's my point.
Nah, I'm knocking them for that. Then you might as well have just put magic in the show.
That would make more sense in an anime like in a world like Attack on Titan or something. That would make more sense. How? That if Armin could actually just breathe, he could actually just rip a Titan's arm off. Him being in human form. That would make more sense.
I would be extremely mad.
I would be mad too. That's where your point would make more sense.
Nah.
But that's because Attack on Titan is based in realism. Niggas get clapped. Niggas die. Like people are ordinary humans. Demon Slayer's not. These are ordinary humans. And every human can't do it.
Demon Slayer is more realistic than most.
I thought the point was that every person could do it with training.
Bro, everybody can't be a demon. I mean, maybe everybody
can train in the
everybody can train in something, but they can't do it. Like I said, I don't want people. It's not in the manga, so I'm not gonna spoil. But we run into a character whose brother is a demon slayer, and he can't be a demon slayer because he's trash, and he can't do the breathing forms.
Okay, and that's fine.
So this is what I'm saying. Everybody can't be.
Well, our point is simple. Breathing is a very realistic means of an ability. In terms of comparing it to chakra,
it's a more realistic.
Man, it's very realistic.
It's more realistic.
It's breathing. He's just breathing in a certain fashion.
Yep.
And then since it's so realistic, they have to add on to it to make it work in the show. Which is fine, but
yes, but that can't be a knock. Though. I'm telling you, that can't be a knock for it though.
That's if you disagree, cool. But I think they could just put magic in the show.
I would have been perfectly content with just magic. That would have been straight. It would have been more sense.
Or some form of energy. Like it doesn't have to be magic. Some form of energy.
Yeah.
You breathe.
Like chakra.
You build up power. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Will, chakra, however you do it.
Nen. You know what I'm saying? Whatever.
They gave it a more flexible medium.
They gave it a limit.
They made this a little bit more rigid.
They gave it a limit.
I mean, they didn't give themselves enough room to work with.
Bruh, that would only, I'm telling you again, that would only be a valid argument if the world was based in realism. But the world is not based in realism. So you can't knock them for
They based the world in realism for people.
They did not.
Yes, they did. They based the world in realism for people.
Humans
and they gave demons
Tanjiro's no
more
different from us,
flexibility.
bro. Tanjiro's literally a normal human.
They gave people not that much flexibility.
So they have to do weird shit like, oh, he can fucking smell emotion. He can like what? He can hear really far.
That's exactly
They're
what
stretching the truth.
They're stretching the truth for people.
They could have just said Tanjiro just fucking with breathing techniques.
If they said that
Tanjiro
had like
energy, you know what I'm saying?
They gave him. They didn't give him enough wiggle.
No, but
those are lazy explanations. When you start introducing stuff like chakra,
bro, him
and
being able to smell emotion,
that's lazy explanation.
Hold on.
But him smelling emotion is stretching the truth.
You can say it's a lazy explanation, which is cool.
It's lazy,
but
as
it
fuck.
gives you a medium to work with.
And no, it gives you
breathing doesn't really it grounds you too much to reality where you can't do imaginative things.
Perfect.
You just have to stay condensed into breathing.
Breathing
Physically.
is too realistic.
What do you mean? You know, chakra is real. Like chakra is a real thing on the planet Earth, bro.
Christ.
Okay.
You guys are reaching too hard body on this anime. You guys are reaching too hard body on this, dog. You guys are reaching way too hard on this.
Our point is this simple.
I understand your point.
I think our critiques are very
breathing is realistic.
It's circumstantial.
Breathing is realistic, and they got to stretch the truth to make it work.
Yeah.
Perfect. You disagree? Cool.
Completely, 110%, 1000%.
All right, so what's yours? What were we ranking? Was this
we're unique
uniqueness?
Creativity.
Uniqueness, creativity. Based on the breathing forms alone, I think that's creative as fuck.
It is.
Right.
So that alone is enough for me to carry it to about 8.5. Just the breathing forms by himself.
We were talking about it taking a lot from Inuyasha.
Yep, it's some. Like the demon world, humans, demons, all that stuff.
The sniffing
So
thing.
here's I guess my question, since we're rolling over this topic of uniqueness and creativity. So, we're gonna get to a point, obviously, where a lot of anime are gonna take and manga are just gonna start. Yeah, it's not necessarily copying, but they're gonna start adapting ideas from the predecessors.
That's normal.
So that's not really. How much could you really knock?
Well, we're just talking about originality. If it's not original, then it's not original. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So the breathing form is original as fuck. So it gets heavy work for that.
All right.
But we critiqued it for the obvious reasons. But it's very creative nonetheless.
Yeah.
But what we were talking about, the whole concept of like even the demon hunting was basically the girl with the boomerang. You know what I'm saying? Muzan is basically Naraku. Like it's a very similar. You know what I'm saying? So. It's just like the Kurta clan in Hunter x Hunter and Uchiha. Like, Uchihas are the Kurta clan. Like, that's not original. They reworked it, made it better, but
it takes away from the originality.
It's not original.
Okay.
You feel me? Shows get extra points for originality.
Okay.
So I think the show is very unique, very creative. The designs are fire. I really enjoy it. The breathing is new. I like how they do the swords. The swords change color, matching to the character. That's very dope. I like the whole. I don't like the fact that there's one source for all these demons. Like all these demons come from Muzan, which is like so crazy to me. It's unique,
Father,
but it's kind of like fucking like damn, like there's no other enemy factions. You know what I'm saying?
It's only demons. Well, suits the show. Demon Slayer.
No, I mean like there's no other source of
demons. You mean like there's no other
source of demons?
Oh, they have to explain his origin story.
He's the only demon.
Yeah.
They definitely have to explain his origin story.
Demon origin.
So that's kind of
like where does Muzan come from?
But like,
all right, we can't really knock in this category though.
Yeah.
Still
very unique. I give it a 8.
8. Okay.
I'm rolling with a 8.
8.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go around the same one with this. I think I'm gonna go with an 8.
Yeah, it's not perfect, but it's nice. It's something fresh. Definitely something fresh. The last one is logical consistency.
It's gonna get as logical and consistent as any anime could ever get. Shonen anime could ever get. Put it that way. Actually, I like the fact that they take the time to show these guys heal up. Most of the time, when they get into real battles, like after the spider, the forest. Yeah, realistically, like I like how they're showing Zenitsu have to grow all his limbs back while he's taking the medicine. I like how they're showing Inosuke being depressed, and he just got his throat crushed, so he doesn't really talk.
Yeah, that was dope.
You know, and Tanjiro with cracked ribs, a broken jaw, he has to go through training.
It really shows that they took an L.
Yeah, and then lays it out.
I fuck with that heavy.
And really, the only people in the show that could defy this shit are demons. Mm-hmm. What do you think about it?
In terms of the humans, the consistency is fire. I like that. The breathing, obviously, we talked about that for a lot already, but I think it takes some points in that, in the sense that like they just randomly doing attacks. That's one thing I don't like about the show, and it's a trend throughout the rest of the manga, in the sense that like these dudes are just doing random forms with no connotation, no explanation. You know what I mean? So it's like Naruto coming out of nowhere and doing like the sand Rasen Shuriken that he uses in the final arc. You know what I mean? Like no explanation. It's just you know what I mean? It's a form of a Rasengan that he could do out of nowhere. It's the same thing with Tanjiro. These random ass forms.
It's what's kind of hard, a bitter pill for me to swallow. Is kind of what we were just going over. It's like you say that they're just normal humans,
and then they do all this shit,
and then they do weird stuff. And I'm like, all right, I get what you're saying, Dimitri. Kind of. You need to have that in anime for anime logic. Explain how they're able to fight their villains.
It's anime logic.
But like when you do certain things, you have to be aware of what you're doing because you could limit yourself. So if you're gonna make people just people, you kind of have to make a wiggle room for a certain element, such as either changing breathing or giving more depth to breathing so that it makes more sense to the realm of what you already started with. That's my only knock and critiquing it. Like, I don't think they gave themselves enough room. They
just it's a very limited
form of energy. Which they're at fault for. They kind of just shorthanded themselves. They could have done better. Is what I'm saying. It's not like they did a terrible job.
Not bad.
It's a bad job.
It's limited. It's just limited. That's it.
You know what I mean?
But also, the freaking... What I was gonna say, the whole thing with Nezuko when she uses her blood demon art out of nowhere.
Oh yeah,
the nick of time.
Yeah.
That shit was like, yeah, come on, like it was cool, plot interest, entertaining, but like for her to randomly activate her blood demon technique while there's blood on his sword, while the sword is in the demon's neck, come on, bro. It was like. I get it. You want to make a nice scene, but that shit was just like...
That came way too out of the bushes for me.
Yeah.
It's almost like they just pulled that ass.
Yeah. It was out of like air. It's like they did the fusion dance out of nowhere and turned into Gogeta.
No training, no backstory,
no training, no earrings, no nothing. They just said fusion!
It don't work like that, dog. You have to show some type of background to it.
Maybe she used it beforehand, like didn't know what she was doing. Feel me, like,
and then out of nowhere she got emotional, and then boom, it sparked up. Maybe
they just introduced it right there.
Like, I was like, no, logical consistency.
And what also pissed me off, this dude was swinging with like a stub of a sword and cutting all these webs.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
That one didn't piss me off as much. That one didn't piss me off as much.
I mean, it's still a sword nonetheless.
Yeah, they left enough room for
a stub.
It's still a sword.
It took off some range. He still got sharpness to him.
You know he actually accepted his fate in dying at that point in time.
Yeah, no. Hey, yeah, that's cool.
All I'm saying is a pretty consistent show within this realm, but they stretch the truth quite a few times. Just because of how limited they make themselves. Even like him smelling random shit, that whole concept to me is a bust. And I don't think it adds to the show at all. I don't think it needs to be in the show. He don't need to smell. Oh, they feeling regret. What? Huh? Oh, you're angry.
Yeah.
He went up to Shinobu. I could smell the anger on you, huh?
Even if I would be okay if he just like if it was like a sixth sense to him. But he just smelled it like.
Come on, what anger smell like, dog? Sweat? So
it's
losing points for this.
Oh yes,
it's losing points for this.
Oh yes, I'm giving
and Zenitsu being able to hear really well, that's fine to me. Yeah. That's within logical means. He just got good hearing. But fucking smelling threads and smelling emotion, nah, bro, come on. And it doesn't add to the show. I don't think the show would run perfectly fine if he
wasn't able to smell.
If he wasn't smelling shit.
Yeah, I wouldn't even think about it.
It's not like he's using it in battle, like. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, he does. I smell the thread.
Yeah. So that's bringing his consistency down to a
6 for me. Easy.
Wow. It's getting a 5.
Wow.
Yeah.
Easy.
Wow.
Yeah. Easy money. That smelling is bad.
I'm giving it an 8.
A what?
I'm giving it an 8 for consistency.
An 8?
An 8. An 8.0.
Okay.
Oh, shall I explain?
So hype it up. Go ahead. Talk your shit.
Simply because in the realm of his anime, it makes sense.
Him being able to smell random.
No. I'll give you that. That's why it's not a 10. The smelling and hearing shit will knock it down to an 8.
Alright.
To me. But everything else, I think, is pretty much in the realm of possibility within their anime. So the whole logical consistency is not, I'm not looking at it how it applies to our world, but how it applies to theirs. To the anime's world. And nobody, besides demons, have outrageous abilities. Besides the smelling and the hearing. And Demon Slayer. So I gotta leave that out of 8.
That's fine with me. I'll let you get that. And that's pretty much everything right there, boy.
Yep, so
we just hit the hour mark. That was a pretty smooth episode.
Yeah. Took longer than we expected, huh?
Nah, I mean, that's
not necessarily a bad thing, though.
That's a worthy. This anime is worth our time. Didn't want to rush it.
Yeah. So
what's the score looking like, Drew?
Well, with 10 in plot progression. Oh wait, no, that's not. Sorry, I started off wrong. We got 8.3 plot progression. We got a 10 in character design. We got a 10 in closure.
Whoa! How?
Wasn't that the one we placed? Oh no, sorry. Whoa.
I
got 6.7.
Okay.
That's my fault. Let me hit you. Because I was about to change my score.
Yeah, facts. Like, what? Nah, that's impossible. I knew I'd give that shit a 7.
Let's run this back over. We got a 9.7 in animation. We got an 8 in emotional appeal. Mm-hmm. We got 6.3 and what was that?
Uniqueness and creativity.
Yeah, and then we got a 8 Oh no, 8 in emotional and uniqueness and creativity. Sorry, and then 8 and
7, 6.3,
6.3 and logical consistency. Thank you for keeping me.
Damn, dog, you drunk?
Yeah, my
All right, can we read that one more time? Reread that one more time.
Smooth.
Copy.
Yeah,
I got you. Lord mercy. Sorry. So we got an 8.3 plot progression.
Okay. 8. What? Y'all like that score?
Yeah.
I think that's fine.
Yeah. We got a 10 in character design.
Agreed unanimously.
Cool. We got a... Where we at next?
Closure.
We got 6.7 in closure.
Okay. Animation.
9.7.
Emotional appeal.
8.
Uniqueness and creativity.
6.3. Oh, wait, nope. 9.7 emotional appeal. 8 in uniqueness and creativity. And 6.3 in logical consistency.
So what's that add up to, dog?
8.4. So 84.
84. And that puts us in Platinum Bento range.
I think that's an accurate score.
Yeah.
If Diamond's the best
second
tier,
highest tier.
If Diamond's the best tier, it's right there, not there yet. Yeah. I think we critiqued this very well. We didn't critique it for anything based on we didn't limit it to the shonen, you know what I'm saying? The shonen judgment. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? We really judged it for what it is. And I'm happy with that. I think it deserves that Platinum Bento.
Yeah, definitely.
And I'd recommend it to anybody. Definitely a good watch.
Mm-hmm. And hopefully season 2 comes out a lot sooner than...
Whoa. So this is the big kahuna right here.
What you mean?
The next arc is a movie. The Infinity Train movie.
Wait, really? That's what the movie's about?
Yeah. Rengoku. It's in a movie.
Oh, shit. I didn't even know that. I thought it was just...
So me and the gang was talking. We were saying, what do you guys think of canon movies? The Broly movie was canon for Dragon Ball Z Super. If you didn't watch it, basically Broly's the legendary Super Saiyan, and they added him back into the storyline with the movie, so that in the next season of Super, he could be called upon for XYZ. And canon just means that it's a part of the core storyline, or written by the author himself. Mm-hmm. So this next arc to Demon Slayer is a movie instead of a season, and I think that's pretty cool.
I think
that's unique.
I think it's a dope idea.
Dope idea. I just hope that the movie covers a lot and is not rushed.
Are they gonna do that Boruto shit?
It's not a short movie. What do you mean?
Like how the movie was like the Boruto movie was kind of canon,
and then there's a season talked about it anyway.
Yes.
Oh God, no.
I hope not. I hope not.
Oh, God.
For their sake.
For their sake. Yeah.
Season 2's bento rank will be a bronze.
And that's a 0 to 59.
So y'all let us know in the comments, what show would you have liked to see in an arc be a movie instead? We mentioned Naruto before Shippuden. When Sasuke left the village, that whole arc of all the Genin ninja chasing him down would have been a fire-ass movie.
It really would have.
And then ending with Sasuke leaving, and then Shippuden just starts back up next time. That would have been crispy.
Fire.
But instead they did shitloads of filler.
Absolutely.
But this was the era they were in, so hey.
I think it's a perfect start for a new era of anime. I like the way they're doing it. They're cutting down a lot on the bullshit, and they're making it a lot more efficient.
More content. More content of worthy shit.
I'm cool with it.
So, I guess that's it for this episode. Like we said, let us know in the Discord what you guys think of our ranking. Rank it yourself. Follow us on all our social medias. Instagram _Black Bento. Same thing as Twitter. And review us on the podcast platform of your choice. Leave comments. Let us know. Stars. Leave 5 stars for us.
Facts. We need those.
We need those.
We need those.
Like Mario.
Oh, mind you, yo, if anybody's listening to this, I'm the best Mario Kart World Tour player on this side of the hemisphere.
Niggas just lying now.
I promise you that. I promise you that.
Anything for clout.
I promise you that. If you want to add me, it's Dusse203, DUSSE203. I'll accept you, add you as a friend if I feel like it, and then I'll put a hurting on y'all. But for now, Bento Boy is out.
Deuces.
Yes, sir.